Welcome to the Creepily Accurate Astrology and Friends podcast. I am your host and astrologist extraordinaire, numerologist, and tarot reader, Crystal. And this is the podcast where we're diving deep into the realms and the mystic energy of astrology, numerology, and tarot. We are going to wow you with how creepily accurate these placements can be and how they associate with your life alignment, how they can empower you, wow you, and mystify you. Yes. So this podcast is all about learning, embracing ourselves, and having some laughs and some fun. Thank you for tuning in, and namaste, my baby. Welcome back. Yes, baby. Namaste, my baby. Sending positive vibes. You are tuned into the astrological podcast with personality. Yes, this is the Creepily Accurate Astrology and Friends podcast. And guess what's up? So it was time to let those Leos go and welcome in the Virgos. Yep. So, this episode will be all about the Virgos. We will discuss the characteristics, the tarot association, numerology association, some of the mythology, the glyph, the meaning of the glyph, and we'll go through the 12 houses like we did with the Leo, and we'll also talk about 3 celebs with strong Virgo placements. Now, I thought it was kind of odd because we did Madonna last because she had a strong Leo placement. She also has a strong Virgo placement, so I'm gonna do her. Jay-Z, and him and B got an association, so I'm gonna do them two together. It ain't gonna be nothing huge. Kris Jenner, I thought it was interesting because we did Kylie Jenner with the Leo, and then my sister, she was here last, and she had the sun in the 12th house. We were talking about the difference between the rising and the moon and the sun, but she also has a strong Virgo placement. So I'm just going to talk about a little bit about just the placement where Virgo is in the chart with the celebrities. Okay, and drum roll, please. With somebody drop the beat, baby. Okay. If you are a regular listener, you know who it is. This is Crystal, your host, astrologist, numerologist, tarot reader, and the proud owner of Creations by Us, jewelry maker, designer, creator, personalized jewelry. Check me out. InspireVibrations.com. Creations by Us, Inspire Vibrations. All right. So, I thought it was important before I get really deep into the episode to explain why I go through the glyphs and the mythology and things like that. I think I may have explained it in another episode. I have to see from the beginning to the end, from the bottom to the top. I don't like to start things in the middle. So I like to have a thorough understanding of anything I'm pursuing. So for me, it helped once I understood the glyphs, the meaning of the glyphs, once I understood the mythology. So if I kind of forget what the Virgo or what the Leo or what it was, I can go back to things like that and be like, okay, I remember. You could put it together. So I figure maybe to help someone else out to understand even better. Either way, it's interesting. So stick around, hang tight, hold your horses. All right. Okay. All right. You ready? Let's go. Okay. So I wanted to start off with the Virgo glyph. Okay. So the Virgo glyphs, it looks kind of funny, right? It is like a M and it's supposed to be like a half 6 or something like that. Curved line is supposed to stand for the 6. So now you know the Virgo looks a lot like the Scorpio. So the M shape is usually interpreted as the virgin folding her arms, or a woman that's holding a sheaf of wheat. And this symbolized the connection to the harvest, the agriculture, and the nurturing qualities that's associated with the Virgo. So Virgo is of the earth element, which is practical, reliability, grounded, logical. It's earth is bringing fruition into the material world. It's materialistic, more like. Um, Virgo is mutable, so Virgo is adaptable, changing. So basically, Virgo adapts and changes. So usually with the cuffs, when this whatever cusp is on, it is there to adapt and change. For the bigger part of it. La, 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 la. Let's see. Okay, so now back to the glyph. So the glyph, the loop that signifies, that looks like the six, like that curves down, the half six. It is the Now the plan is to turn this into 2 segments, not 3. That is the goal. That is what I'm going for, and I'm going to achieve that goal. Y'all with me? Watch me work. I apologize to my listeners. I'm sure you heard the very exact moment when I veered off. That was because something in the background caught my attention. Well, it was my daughter. So I don't know if it's, yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to tell. So I just want to be honest, keep it real. But anyways, I'm back. So guys, we were talking about the glyph. So the 6 represents the head of the Virgin. So let's just be clear. The Virgo is the Virgin, it's the purity, it's perfection. Okay, let me get that out first. Now the head of the Virgin is 6. The line that in the glyphs that represents the head, it signifies analytical thinking, attention to detail, and the observation skills that Virgo, we all know the Virgo has. Now this element, it highlights the Virgo's inclination towards precision, problem solving, the ability to discern. The When I tell you that Virgos are so analytical in detail, it's crazy. I'll tell you a story if I got time, but I'm telling you, it's my goal not to go past 2 segments. All right. So the number 6 is also important. So it's to note that it's associated with the theme of harmony and balance and responsibility, numerology, even in tarot. So the Virgo's dedication is to create an order and well-being, and that's dead ass. That's serious. They really are. So let's talk a little bit about the combination and how it interacts, how it all comes together. So we already described it was it's a combination of the looped M. I don't know if I was clear about that. Uh, and then you got the line at the bottom looks like a 6, a half 6, and these ties into the larger themes of the Virgo, the characteristics and the influences during the Virgo season. So the M at the top of the Virgo glyph represents the Virgin's head out in the folded arms, right? So it symbolizes a sense of humility, modesty, and purity. Now, the Virgo's practical and down to earth nature, as well as like the strong desire to serve and help others, that loop is what that associates with the 6, because again, that's harmony, balance, etc. Right? So this aligns, basically the glyph aligns with the Virgo's uh, characteristics. We got it? I think we understand. I think we understand enough. I don't want to beat it with a dead horse because I will. All right. So when does the Virgo season start? It starts roughly from August the 23rd to September the 22nd. Um, and we got the decadence here. It would be the first 10 degrees, which would be from like August the 23rd to September the 3rd. I believe that's the first 10 degrees. that would be the first decadence, and that would be ruled by Mercury because it's Virgo, right? This is Earth. And then the second decadence would be from the 3rd to the 13th, and that would be ruled by what comes after Virgo, Capricorn, Saturn. And then you have the last 10 degrees, which would be from the 13th on out till Virgo's season is over. And we have Taurus, so that would be Venus. Those would be the decadents, 3 different planets, and those energies will affect those decadents according to their characteristics. Like I explained with the Leo. And if you didn't understand what I was talking about with the decadence, if you go back to the first the Leo episode, I explained what the decadence is and how they affect the zodiac signs. Long story short, you know how people say Leos, the Leos that's born in July is different from the Leos that's born in August, or it actually is a difference between each zodiac sign. Within three compartments, I want to say. I'm trying to simplify it. So there are 3 different characteristics in one zodiac sign because the planets will affect your characteristics. It gives it an extra flavor. You throw some extra lemons in your homemade lemonade or some extra strawberries or something in it just to see what it's hitting for. No, I'm just joking. Okay. The earth element. Virgo is the earth element if I've ever seen one. Nobody has it worse than Capricorn. Not worse. Nobody has it more than Capricorn. This is my opinion. But Virgo is definitely next. They are very, very practical. They are very, very, very logical, analytical. Okay. They are detail orientated. They are known for their analytical minds and attention to detail. I mean, they pay attention. Like they have this ability to observe the smallest elements in the environment and quickly spot imperfections. But this makes them an excellent problem solver and very skilled at organizing information effectively. The practical and the grounded, they're down to earth nature, practical approach to life. See, they prefer to focus on tangible and achievable goals. They're like, look, this don't seem like I could grasp this, so I'm not about to. My feet is on the ground. My feet is not in the air, so I'm not thinking the way you're thinking. I'm going this way. They are they have a practical mindset that enables them to navigate the challenges in life with like a level-headed attitude. Very service oriented and helpful. This is the sign of service, and people who are born under this sign often find fulfillment in helping others. They have a natural inclination to assist and support, making them really reliable friends, co-workers, caregivers, parents, whatever. Virgos thrive in roles where they can make a positive impact on others. Obviously, with the virgin perfection and all that, right? Modest and humble. Humility is a strong trait of a Virgo. Downplay their achievements and they prefer to work behind the scenes rather than seeking the spotlight. Despite the many talents, Virgos often they focus on the task up at hand. And they rather do that than receive recognition. Very intelligent and curious. They possess like sharp intellectual and a natural curiosity about the world around them. Virgos do love to learn and expand their knowledge through research, reading, exploration, various subjects. Curiosity contributes to their problem solving abilities. Now, before I finish, let me just be very clear. These are the characteristics with no aspects or anything. Where Virgo is in your life, even if it's just your sun sign, I mean, even if we're talking about your sun sign, there is different energies that's going to affect some of these characteristics. I want to be clear about that. It's the aspects are the relationship that a planet makes to another planet. Okay, so we got the perfectionist, high standards. Virgos, they had a tendency to hold themselves to a very high standards, and it can lead to impressive results, of course, but it also makes them overcritically of themselves and other people. And the struggle with fear of making mistakes, um, the health and well-being, they're very health conscious, pay attention to their physical well-being, and they often adopt like healthy habits to maintain their vitality. Meticulous, and they have a sense of duty and responsibilities. Virgos take their commitments seriously and have a strong sense of duty and responsibility. They fulfill their obligations with diligence. I don't care if my sister's a Virgo rising, okay? And if she tells somebody that she is going to do something, I don't care, she's going to do it. She's not going to let this person down. I don't care if she's tired. She could be sick with purple in the face. She's going to go. Sometimes I have to tell her, like, sis, you're sick. It's okay to stop, call them, give them a call, and tell them you just can't make it. She'll think like that thought never crossed her mind. Oh, you know what? I think I should. But yeah, they fulfill their obligations with diligence, and people rely on them. They're very reliable, and they have the ability to pull it off. To get things done efficiently. So I'll tell the stories if we have time at the end. I'm really trying to, I'm not trying, I'm really going to achieve my goal with this segment, these two segments. So, Virgo is on the sixth, rules the sixth house, and that's the house of service to others, pets. It's the house of work, your daily work routine, your health, your, like the way you work. It's like the house of slaves. It's either how you are as an employee or how your employees act with you. It's also the house of sickness. I know it's not a very happy house. And Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, which is the planet of I think. It's the way you understand, the way you learn, the way you teach, the way you think. It's your everyday, anything that has to do with thinking, thoughts. Um, Mercury will rule. Even technology like text messaging, cell phones, calling, talking on those, things like that. So Mercury also rules Gemini. So these two energies kind of explain actually the Gemini trait. So while Virgo is receptive, Gemini is more I'm trying to think of a better way to explain this. So Gemini likes to disperse information. It likes to receive information. It's like to disperse information. Um, Virgo would be like your lawyer and your paralegal. Let's say that. So Virgo will be the paralegal, and breaking down all the details, getting all the information ready for the Gemini. And the Gemini wants to disperse it and also learn. So the Gemini could play both parts. It could be the lawyer and the paralegal. The Virgo is, let's say it's the paralegal. Woof. Got stuck there for a minute, guys. I got stuck there. Did you hear that? Yeah, you heard that. I know you heard that. Don't talk about me now. Okay, so the chakras. If you're familiar with the chakras, we have 112, I believe, something like that. But our main chakras is 7 of them. They are energy centers in the center. They're energy centers in the center of our body, like spinning vortex. Say it's the essence. It's our energy. It's our life force. So each zodiac sign has an association. Each zodiac sign and planet has an association with a chakra, and Virgos just happen to be the what you think? The solar plexus. This is your belly button. It's where you're like kind of a little bit above your belly button, just a little tad. And let me see if I can pronounce this. man, manipura. I ain't gonna tear that word up because that's a real ancient word and got some vibrations to it. You know, it's the vibration. When you speak and you say things, the vibration is what gives off the energy and the frequency. So I don't want to tear that up. So your solar plexus, it rules your personal power, self-confidence, and your self-discipline, which explains Virgo to the T. They have self-discipline, personal power, confidence, self-confidence. That might be the struggle right there. They're very critical of themselves, overcritical. They they don't think they're good enough. They want to be perfect. So I don't know. So in the tarot, the Virgo is linked to the Hermit card, and this symbolizes introspection, wisdom, solitary pursuits, and the mythological story of Virgo. So it's a few different stories associated with Virgo. Now I did have to take a few notes here because I did not want to forget. Now I did go through all this before, way when I first started understanding and learning astrology, and I remember majority of it, but I will mix the stories up, and y'all be like, before y'all leave here, we have a whole new mythological story. It'll be good though. So, the goddess Astrea. This is one of the most prevalent myths, and this is associated with Virgo. Okay, so Virgo was the goddess of innocence and purity, and according to the Greek mythology, Astrea was the last immortal to leave Earth as the Golden Age turned into the Silver Age. So she was known for her sense of justice and purity. The Virgo symbol is often seen as Astrea's scales are holding her virginity and innocence close. That's one. I think the one that I'm more, I'll tell you the one I'm more familiar with. So this is Ceres and the harvest. In the Roman mythology, Ceres, the Demeter in Greek mythology. This was the goddess of the agriculture, fertility, and the harvest. So she played a central role in the myth of Persephone. Oh, this is the one right here. Her daughter was taken to the underworld, and Ceres saw over her daughter's abduction. Like she was very depressed. So this led to the seasons changing. So whenever they made a whole agreement that he would bring her back up for half of the season and then take her back. So whenever she was there, the grass will grow. Whatever. So the earth would go. The earth would be barren whenever she was gone, and when she wasn't, it was the opposite. So I guess this aligns with the Virgo's connection to the cycles of growth and nurturing, and it symbolizes the process of planting, growth, and harvest. I don't know. Okay. Um, the goddess, virgin goddesses, the concept of purity and virginity. So this is why I don't like reading notes off the thing. I read too. My mind goes quicker than what's coming out. But I had to because I didn't want to scramble y'all up. So the concept of purity and virginity is prominent in various cultures and myths. So many virgin goddesses like Athena and Artemis in Greek mythology resonate with virgins' qualities of independence, self-sufficiency, and dedication to personal ideas. These goddesses often focused on intellectual pursuits, nature, and self-reliance. Then you had the ancient Egyptian nurturers. The ancient Egyptian mythology, Virgo was associated with goddesses like Isis and Hathor. Isis was revered as a nurturing figure, often depicted with an outstretched wing, symbolizing protection and care. Hathor, linked to the cow goddess, was associated with motherhood, fertility, and nurturing aspects. Historical harvest celebration. Okay, Virgo's connection to the harvest season is evident. In many cultures, many cultures and many of the myths, it was all of them had that kind of thing in common: the harvest, growth, and feast, and think gratitude. I mean, it ain't have gratitude, but gratitude, because if things just grow on the harvest end, you need to be grateful. Burn. All right, so When you incorporate these mythological stories and historical references into the discussion about Virgo, baby, you can hear the connection. You feel me? I know, because I can feel it. Okay, KKKK. So now that's finished. So I think I talked a little bit about Virgo being the earth element and mutable. Virgo is also fall. No, sorry, Cancer. Yes, autumn. It is fall. This gives a mature type characteristic to the Virgo. Receptive, which means it receives energy, it receives things happening. And the sixth house is cadent. So, like, that's the house of when you're thinking after you your actions cause the consequence, and now you're sitting and you thinking about it. Now it's time to change and whatever. That's well, I'll explain the houses another time. So, yeah, that is it for that part of the Virgo. Thank you for listening to this segment. But hold up now. We ain't finished. I still got 10 more minutes in this segment, and I'm going to use this to run through Virgo on the 12th on the through the 12 houses, and I'm gonna try to do Virgo being the sun sign, your rising, and your moon sign, the difference. Play with me. Let's see. Well. I guess before I get into the 12 houses and the celebrities, it's probably important that I tell you about the difference between the big three and when we're dealing with the Virgo and how it affects us. So, if you're new to astrology, you don't know what the big three is. I dive really deep into it into my first episode about the Leo. If you are into astrology and already know, I'm just going to briefly get into it. The big three is the sun, the moon, the ascendant. These are the three most important parts in your chart. The sun represents your personality, ego. Your rising represents the sun represents so much more, but just simplifying it. The ascendant is the way you present yourself to the world, and your moon is your emotional needs, security. And depending on what time you were born, will tell you your moon, ascendant, and we know what our sun sign is. That's our zodiac sign. So when we're dealing with the Virgo, the sun sign, if you have your sun in Virgo, it means that your birth, my chicken. No, I'm just joking. Your birth occurred when the sun was in the zodiac sign of Virgo, right? And it could be in any house. Now, the sun is often, again, considered the personality. It represents your ego, your identity, your self expression. A Virgo sun sign, the individual characteristics is associated with Virgo. It's practicality, attention to detail, analytical thinking, a desire for order, a service oriented approach to things. And a person with Virgo sun, uh, they tend to strive for perfection and they have very, very strong organization skills. And they're often dedicated to helping others. So the Virgo sun people, they have a natural affinity for health, wellness, and self-improvement. And this is their personality. It does not mean that this is how they present themselves to the world. It does not mean this is how people see them. This is just who they are. This is their identity. Okay, so now if you have your Virgo moon sign, this means that Virgo moon, it means the moon was in Virgo at the time of your birth, and it could be in any house. And whatever house it is in, that is where your emotional needs, where you feel comfortable and safe, with your security, where you feel secure, should I say. And it has so much more interpretation, but um, so the moon sign, it represents our emotions, our instincts, how we express our emotions. And the Virgo moon person, they have a pragmatic approach to their emotions, and they might seek security and comfort through practical means, and they analyze their feelings in a logical manner. They value routine. They seek to create probably like They seek to create a harmonious environment. Should I say? They find emotional fulfillment through helping others. And their inner world may be marked by desire for order and a need to be of service. And if you have a Virgo rising, that means that Virgo was on the eastern horizon at the time of your birth. And the ascendant sign is often described as the mask. Now, this is how people see you. So, a person wears a mask when they're interacting with the world, and how they present themselves to others is the rising sign. So, a Virgo ascendant individual, they'll be seen by others as organized, detail oriented, attentive to their appearance. They may be reserved and observant. They may have a laid back demeanor, appearing modest and practical. Um, the ascendant sign suggests the person's external persona is influenced basically by the Virgo qualities. So to break it all down, bring it to conclusion, the sun sign, moon sign, ascendant sign, they each contribute to a unique layer to a person's astrological profile. Okay. And sorry, the sun represents the core traits, and the moon represents our emotional tendencies, and ascendant sign influences the outward appearance and the presentation, and the first impressions. All right. So, where's my Virgo moon, suns, and ascendants? Say hey. Wherever you at, just stop and say hey as loud as you can. All right. So, we did that. We did that, baby. We did that. We ate that. That's what my daughter be saying. Well, we could wrap this segment up. We are finished with the first segment. So the second segment, we will get into the Virgo through the 12 houses and the celebrities, and we'll be wrapping it up. And I will have accomplished my goal, and you guys got to see me do it. Dun 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 dun. Okay, whatever, girl. Girl, bye. This is the uncomfortable pause. Need some music. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. The Virgo part of the flow will be on the second half, okay, or maybe even after. I have not wrote it yet. Usually it takes me about 10 minutes to write it. But it will be written before the end of this, before September's season is out, added on to the rhyme. So my hopes is to put a beat behind all of it when it's all said and done, and making my intro. I just want y'all to hear me. Well, I think it would be neat to hear me actually come up with it while I'm doing it and then put a beat behind it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. I really hope you learned something about the Virgo. If you have a Virgo in your life and you didn't understand them, you should understand them a little bit more now. And make sure, as I always say, what? Shut your mouth. Mm. No, ma'am. You ain't telling me that. There you go. Whoops. I thought I lost my recording. I said, you ain't telling me that. Sorry, I had to hear that. But however, make sure you protect your energy. It is very, very valuable. Protect your energy like the Secret Service protect the president, but not like John F. K. Namaste, my baby. Catch me in the next segment, and we'll go on through this Virgo season and hop on to something new. I'm thinking. What I think I'm about to do. Ooh, I'm gonna now I'm gonna surprise y'all. I like surprises. I do. All right, my lovely ones, before we say goodbye, dear listeners, we want to thank you for joining us on this mystifying journey through the realms of creepily accurate astrology and friends podcast. We hope our insight and laughter has left you both intrigued and entertained. Now remember, as you navigate the mysterious tapestries of life, let the wisdom of the stars guide you, but always with a sprinkle of humor. Embrace the uncanny accuracy of astrology, numerology, and tarot, and let it add a touch of enchantment to your everyday experience. Stay tuned for more intriguing conversations, hilarious anecdotes, surprising revelations, and episodes to come. We invite you to continue this adventure with us, exploring the depths of the cosmos and the endless possibilities that lie within. As a farewell for now, may the stars continue to illuminate your path, and may the laughter we've shared linger in your hearts. Until we meet again, keep smiling, keep believing, and keep embracing the magic that surrounds you. Thank you for tuning in to Creepily Accurate Astrology and Friends podcast. And remember, the universe has a sense of humor too. Goodbye for now, and may your future be filled with delightful surprises and laughter. That was nice. Yay! You go, girl.